Flash is my favorite DC superhero, specifically the Barry Allen incarnation. So today, we're going to look at Barry's first ever story. The Flash debuted in Showcase issue 4 in 1956. Showcase was a series that showcased different stories. Each issue contained multiple short stories, and for the Flash, he'd get 2 stories. But each issue were half of today's standard issue. The first story, Mystery of the Human Thunderbolt, opens at a radar station, where some workers detect an object moving at astonishing speeds. We turn back time, we see Barry Allen, a police scientist, reading a comic book of the Golden Age version of The Flash. The adventures of Jay Garrick are depicted as being fictional stories in Barry's universe. Barry wonders what it would be like to have super speed. Coincidentally, a few minutes later, a bolt of lightning strikes, shattering chemicals in his lab, splashing them on him. But miraculously, he isn't harmed. He doesn't go into a coma. He just walks it off. It isn't until he heads off home and tries to catch up to a taxi that he ends up running past it. So of course he's shocked about this. Figures he's hallucinating. He then goes into this coffee shop and this waitress drops some plates. If you guys watch The Flash and remember the pilot, this will be familiar to you. So yeah, he catches the plates, Tobey Maguire style. The waitress is like, I must be hallucinating. And Barry's like, I'm also hallucinating. The exact same thing as you. Must be a coincidence. The next day, Barry has a date with Iris West, which he's late for, so they meet on the sidewalk. Suddenly, bullets are fired at the couple. Barry launches Iris out of the way. Some cop comes over and informs the couple that the Turtle Man fired the shots during his getaway. Barry apparently knows this criminal as the slowest man alive, so he must be pretty big in the criminal world. What's weird is that the cop came across the street on the side of the couple, which is perpendicular to the bullet's trajectory. I guess Turtle Man really is the slowest man alive. He completely missed the cop. Turtle Man is actually a homage to the Golden Age villain, the Turtle, an enemy of Jay Garrick. But anyways, Barry now believes he has super speed and takes inspiration from old Jay from the comics and decides to go and stop criminals. So when a robbery activates an alarm at the bank, Barry races on the scene using the suit in his ring. They explain it by, quote, just like the rubber rafts tossed out by the Navy planes when crash landing. Whatever that means. So Flash runs at full speed for the first time, and his speed is detected on that radar system at the beginning. When Flash arrives on the scene, the robber is gone, with the vault still open. Some hostages inform him that the robbery was carried out by, you guessed it, Turtle Man, but nothing was missing from the vault. Flash does the typical CW. I searched the whole city. I can't find them. It apparently takes Barry hours to find the Turtle Man, until he believes that the Turtle Man came back to the crime scene to finish the robbery after everyone was off guard. You'd think there would be more security or police activity, but apparently not. Flash arrives at the bank where he spots Turtle behind the building. He runs full speed straight into a wall. It turns out that the Turtle Man painted a fake shadow on the wall to trick Flash. He's underground making his getaway. Get this, he anticipated Flash because he saw him in the bank vault where he was hiding. He explains this very slowly, clearly living up to his name. You mean to tell me, after an attempted robbery, the police didn't investigate to see if the robber actually took anything and didn't find the guy in the vault? And nobody locked it? How was he able to leave? Maybe he dug a tunnel in the vault because it was locked. Probably took a while, and he couldn't do it while the cops were there. Future me here. You can throw everything I just said out the window. I realized, while editing, that if that was the case, Turtle Man wouldn't be able to paint a fake shadow on the bank wall. I guess the police really are incompetent. And Turtle Man, once again, lives up to his name as the slowest man alive. Anyway, Turtle Man flees on his boat, and the Flash attempts to catch him, using a boat right next to the tunnel, but it's booby-trapped. So Flash races after him, running on water for the very first time, running circles around him, creating a vortex that knocks him out of his boat. He apprehends the turtle. The press question the Flash. You sure apprehended that criminal in a flash. Who are you? Say that again. Flash basically tells them, yeah, that's my name. You said it. Later, Iris remarks how cool it would be to meet the Flash, but she thinks it's just a dream. Barry tells her that sometimes dreams come true. Okay, very suspicious, Barry. But to be fair, it's not unrealistic. The Flash did just talk to the press, and Iris is a reporter, so she could easily get into contact with him. But this issue doesn't even mention Iris being a reporter. I don't know if the writers thought of it yet, but that's it. Despite this comic's Silver Age goofiness, it's a lot better than I remember, and very creative. I can see why people like this character, and why he eventually got his own book, and inspired other characters to get reimaginings. Next is part 2, covering the other story in this issue, The Man Who Broke the Time Barrier. So stay tuned.